Justin Carter and Ash Mannix from Little Georgia. Welcome to Australian Musician.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, you guys are doing the good old van tour down the highway from the Gold Coast to Victoria and bringing along Benny Williams as well. What are the best parts of a tour of Australia in a van?
Oh my God.
Well,
I think they're all
that's too
secret. I don't think we can
hard.
share that with you. Jussie, you go.
Oh, look, I think we've been up and down that coast so many times that I honestly couldn't tell you the best part because every trip's different. But look, there's some beautiful coastline for surfs or swims. There's some amazing venues along the way. Good people, good food. Yeah, look, it's the whole coast has little special little nooks.
It's also like there's nothing better than being like trapped in the van with the band. Like all the stuff that happens in the tour van, we can't share it. It's all secret, but it's some of the best songs are written in the front cab of the van, those harmonies getting through the next few kilometers to the destination. So many good songs have come out of tour vans for Jussie and I, and so many good memories. We met in a tour van, right? Just
I
back in
think so.
2009 or something.
So who's in control of the playlist in the van?
Oh, the van only has a tape player, so
Yeah.
and there's seven tapes, so it's just keep pushing them in until one doesn't work, and then okay, that one doesn't work anymore. We'll play six now. But there's a
That's,
bit
that's
of the Allman Brothers, and what else is there?
true.
Pink
Forget
Floyd.
gonna defend like one. Who is that? Like,
Oh,
Oh, can't he?
um, Can't
yeah,
Heat.
Kenji. That
Yeah.
one always gets around.
Yeah. So tell me about Benny Williams. Where do you know him from?
Oh, we met Benny when it was at Justin and I were doing like a week at Mount Hotham. I think they probably still do this. You could like trade a week of gigs, a few night of gigs for a week of lift passes on the mountain. And you get a com at a pub or whatever. And our com was at the General. And that we were playing the gigs at the General up at Mount Hotham. And that's where we first met Benny Williams. We were sitting down. I won't lie and tell you that I was, snowboarding or whatever on the hill. I was inside reading Harry Potter while everyone else was snowboarding. But we all were meeting down at the pub for dinner, and there was Benny. There was this guy who took our breath away, just up there with his guitar, singing his heart out to this noisy pub. And I forget what year that was, Jussie, probably around like 2011 or something, maybe. But
Oh,
on
anyway,
later,
later than
a long
that,
time
about
ago.
2016, 15, I don't know.
Um,
But
but that was our first introduction to Benny Williams, and it's rung true. We love him.
Yeah.
he's just a beautiful storyteller, 100% honesty in his songs, and every time we see him play, he really captivates us, and we're really glad that we can have him on the road and get to watch him play the shows with us.
Yeah. So doing this tour in the van, there was a time 2 or 3 years ago where you couldn't drive 5 kilometers without a good reason during COVID. It was very tough for artists. Some artists were able to be creative and pump out songs. Some got depressed and couldn't get creative. How did you two cope during that period?
Well, Justin and I, as you know, we're separated by many, many kilometers. I'm up in northern New South Wales, and Jussie, you're down in southwest Victoria. So we didn't see each other for, the better half of 2 years. We were able to get creative with each other by sending a lot of voice memo messages. Hey, check out what I did. But there was a lot of, you know, individual songwriting and long chats on the phone. yeah, for me, I spent a lot of time just in the garden plucking away at the strings.
Yeah, it was definitely hard, but I think, it was hard for everyone. So there was kind of you know, it was just what was happening. But Ash and I, as we do with every situation, is we try and make the best of it. So we try to just stay connected with one another, and yeah, we kind of come out the other end, um still feeling happy and moving forward with the Little Georgia freight train.
So the current single, I think, is still "Dressed in Gold," which has that fabulous, dirty, loose rock vibe. Who are your influences in that kind of music?
Um, the song "Dressed in Gold." It's funny that you say that straight after talking about the couple of years where that COVID and everyone was sort of, I guess, finding different ways to do things. And I actually had purchased a piano just before COVID, maybe like a month before or whatever. It's something that I'd always wanted to have a try of. And so that sat in my little jam room. And so when COVID hit, it gave me the perfect opportunity to just play around on it. And through playing around on it, it just took me to different places that I hadn't been musically before. And out of that was Dressed in Gold was the first thing that came out of it. Um, and yeah, from there, after I'd kind of, written, I guess, the main melody and the lyrical kind of side of it, I sent it through to Ash, and straight away she just put her spin on it, and instantly I was just like, yes, like I think that's the great thing that I really enjoy playing music with Ash is because we're very similar. Whereas she'll send me an idea, and maybe I might catch what she was thinking, and vice versa. Like for that particular song, I sent her the song, and straight away she threw down what she um, thought was where the song could go, and it was exactly kind of what I was hearing. And so yeah, the song was written just on a piano with lyrics, and then from then it snowballed. I sent it to Ash, and then we showed the band, and then before we knew it, it was turned into a bit of a, as you said, a bit of a rock, loose sort of, and that's just everyone's influences coming in and turning into our song rather than a person's song.
Yeah, I was just wondering if bands like Crazy Horse or the band might have
Oh, yeah.
had a bit of the record collections.
Goes without saying.
Goes without saying, yes, yes, of course. Yeah, Ash and I, both our parents, our introduction to music was just going through the record collection, and yes, it was, whether it was Neil Young, Crazy Horse, or Fleetwood Mac, or Allman Brothers, all that sort of stuff was what we sort of grew up listening to. So naturally, I guess there's going to be little parts of that come out in what we do. um
So, have you guys been writing much lately? Will we be playing any new material on this tour?
Yeah, definitely. I think, we were just talking about 2 years apart, 2 years without any traveling meant a lot of spare time to write a lot of songs, Dressing Gold being one of those. And yeah, we've over the last little while been able to get together and share, as we always do, some songs and ideas that we think would be great, great little Georgia collab between Justin and I, making ideas bigger. And we're excited. We've got some new music to share. And I think what we're really excited about, and we're always excited about when we embark on like a stripped back acoustic show or tour just with Justin and myself, as opposed to the big band show that we, love to do also, is that we're able to sort of remind ourselves of where the songs began, just on the guitar, just that original idea and melody, and laced in with some harmonies and another guitar line. And there's something for Justin and myself that's really special, and grounds us, and we love it. It reminds us why we're doing this all these years later. And yeah, there's nothing better, I don't think.
Totally. And as Ash mentioned, we're excited. We've got some new stuff brewing that we're just sort of working out ourselves, but we'll be definitely sharing some news, coming in the coming months. And I feel like this tour allows us just to, as Ash just said, ground ourselves, get close and personal with our fans, and yeah, just really kind of get right into the song before we take off on the next plane that's about to launch.
Put it into fifth and go.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a bit different when it's a duo, but at soundcheck, do you usually use soundcheck to play around with new material?
Yeah, sound checks usually like the first time we've seen each other in a month. So we're like, hey, remember this chorus? How does it go again? And yes, also new material as well. But yeah, our sound checks are pretty there's always, you never know what could happen. Something generally goes wrong, and we've got to pick ourselves up pretty quickly. My guitar strings always break. But it's a time of preparation for sure, and a lot of new song sharing. But again, that's what happens in the tour van as well.
Yeah. Sound, we kind of call it, we don't call it sound check, we call it rehearsal.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you know about recording now that you didn't know the first time you went into a studio?
I would say,
Calm.
sorry, Ash.
The importance of calm.
I think being in a place that you're comfortable is the main probably thing. If you can go in and just play music like you're with your friends hanging out in a shed somewhere, or wherever you like to play music, if that can be the environment where you're actually just concentrating on playing music, and let the engineer or the producer just capture that, I think that's the way to get the best, capture the best moments in music, rather than going in and going, I need to put on a performance. Because generally I feel that you don't get the true soul of the song. You kind of capture a performance that was put on, which is great as well, but I don't feel like you always get the maybe the most honest
And the
take.
essence of the song too.
Yeah, the essence of the song, of course.
Yeah, something about like being off guard a little bit that has worked for us, and that's how we love to record. We like to record live, live takes, and picking the best takes. It's the first time we recorded our first album Bootleg was live to tape at Justin's farmhouse down in Southwest Victoria, and there was something super thrilling about that, and pushes you recording live with only a few chances really when you're onto tape, and it really pushes you to be at your best as well, and that's important.
Yeah. Totally. And even more recently with we've been recording with Nick Dadia, and he we've basically done all of our work with him since Bootleg, and he's just, you don't even know he's in the room. He just lets us play our music and perform the song, and we're just so lucky that he's able to capture it exactly how you play it. And I think that's just an incredible art in itself, and something special about a producer that is there to more so capture those moments rather than direct and tell you how you need to do it.
Yeah. I suppose with an acoustic show like the tour you're about to embark on, the set list can be a bit looser.
100%. Yeah. I think probably we might just say, hey, learn all of the Little Georgia songs that you know to each other, and then we'll just jump up on stage and just play whatever. And when we say acoustic tour, also it's like there'll still be electric music. It's just more duo mode. So we sort of try and capture those sort of electric moments through
Each other.
each other, connection.
Yeah.
So how much gear are you throwing into the van for this tour?
Just
What?
that's a you question.
Well, Ash just has an acoustic guitar. I'm the troublesome
I'm
one.
easy. I'm always easy.
Look, I have 2 guitar amps, and a couple of guitars, 2 or 3 guitars. So, you would think doing a duo tour, maybe I could make that a bit smaller, but we'll see.
You think.
We'll see.
I'll fold the seats down just in case.
Yeah.
You still playing that Italian thing, the Eston?
The Eston, yes, we spoke about that in the chat at the Thornbury local. That is actually retired at my brother-in-law's house.
Okay.
But every time I go there, I do have a strum on it. But I do have another collection of guitars. I don't know. Can I turn the screen around and show you, or is that sort of making? I've got a little collection over here that I will choose from.
You've opened a can of worms here, Greg.
I don't know if you can see.
Come with us, Ash.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, we can see.
You can see, all right. So I'm going to go through them and see which ones make the sound that I want to make.
And Ash, you've been playing a hummingbird for quite some time?
Yes, it's kind of like the question of, oh, when did we meet? When did I get my hummingbird? I can't remember, but I love that guitar so much. I've written so many songs on it. It's been with me all around. Well, I've been lucky enough to take it to many different cities around the world, and it's got probably needs a bit of a checkup from the doc. It's got a few nice cracks in it at the moment. It survived me standing on it with a stiletto heel accidentally as I tripped on a cable getting onto stage, and the stiletto heel went through the face of it, and I don't know how it stayed in tune for the gig. I picked it up and just played it. It's never let me down. What was that?
Like Willie Nelson's guitar now.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, I love my guitar. I'd actually like to get another one. People say, oh, come on, you've had that a while now, you got to get a Martin or something. I'm like, no, I just want another hummingbird. And I've done the math in my head. If I've got to start, I'm going to get a little piggy bank and start saving up my pennies to get a new one, I reckon. So I can have 2 with me on the road.
In recent years, you've played some pretty big gigs, Blues Fest, I think, a couple of times, and Blues on Broadbeach. What kind of adjustments do you have to make when you hit those bigger stages?
Yeah, we've been very lucky. We can say that we've been lucky enough to play Blues Fest a number of times now, and that festival particularly is pretty close to our hearts because we started our first gig weekend playing there was as a duo, and then the next year we went back, we brought a drummer with us, and then the next year after that we were the full 5-piece band, and so it's one that we love going to as punters but also as performers. It's, as I said, we've had a lot of growth there, and I think there's nothing in terms of the adjustments that we make, whenever we're given the opportunity, like at Blues Fest in Byron or Blues on Broadbeach, we take the opportunity to be on those big stages by putting on as big a performance as we can. There's nothing better than being on the stage and feeling that fold back on you with the rhythm section and everything in there. It's incredible, and we like to do that when we can.
Yeah, definitely. I think our heart's kind of been in that big stage, big show, full band thing for probably the last 3 or 4 years. Just the feeling, particularly with, we're talking about amps and stuff before, turning the amps right up. maybe using 3 amps instead of 2. But just the feeling, and also the challenge of winning a crowd over on a big stage compared to in a small club is they're two totally different things. And so the challenge of putting on a performance that captures the crowd on a stage that big, it's great. It's a good feeling, and a good a thing to work at. And as I said, it probably a great challenge. And every year we have played Blues Fest has been bigger stages, bigger crowds, and it's felt good that maybe we did a good job last year because there's twice as many people here this year, and it's we can see the growth. So yes, it's I think the main thing is just working out what sort of performance and how you can
Yeah, it's Blues Fest is also a good hang. Who have you met backstage?
Oh gosh, you're so right there. One of the best things about the Blues Fest backstage is they give you that you can sign up for a little massage. They give you a little massage. I think the queues are always very long though. I took my son when he was probably, I don't know, maybe he was only just walking, so maybe around one and a bit, and he bumped into Buddy Guy. And I was like, sorry, and he was so nice to him, to my little toddler son who was screaming and making a lot of noise. So that was a pretty cool thing for me.
Yeah, there's I mean, all the artists are just walking around backstage and hanging out. So it's over the last, I guess, 5 years or whatever, any of the artists that have played, it's been good to just be able to have a chat with, or just wave or whatever. It's very it's a great atmosphere backstage, and there's no ego or anything. It's just a lot of people there because they love music, which is really cool.
What about bucket list projects, things that are in the back of your mind that you want to get to one day?
Bucket list projects. I'll let you take this one, Jesse. I don't know.
I think, well, I guess one of the bucket lists. I mean, in regards to project, I'm not sure if I'm going on the right tangent here, so you might be able to direct me if I'm wrong here, Greg. But I guess it's probably not a project, but one thing is that we were doing a bit of touring in the States before the world went crazy, and we were starting to feel like the wheels were starting to roll a bit, and then that all kind of stopped as the world went crazy. So I think on our bucket list is to get that moving again, and really start to head over there a little bit more and play some more shows, and because we love touring over there. It's really great, and for some reason everyone really connects with our music over there, and so that's kind of like probably on the bucket list is to tour more of America. We've sort of done a lot of LA, California, across to Nashville, New Orleans, sort of side of things, but it'd be cool to do a bit of a lap.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That sort of answers your question, but that's sort of a touring bucket list.
Definitely on the bucket list.
Yeah, so you've got this tour, then what happens the rest of 2023 into next year?
Well, I think we're going to finish this tour and then get ready for, we said that we've got some new stuff happening, so we've got a bit of preparing to do, and hopefully we'll be sharing something new really soon.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out figure out or the timeline. But the inside scoop, Greg, for you is that
We're making news.
we're really excited about some new material that we've laid down, and we're just trying to map it out ourselves at the moment. But yeah, we look forward to sharing with everyone once we have more of an idea of how we're going to tackle it. But there's definitely going to be some new music out, and more touring, which we'll let you know first, Greg.
Well, well, we're really excited about it, actually. It feels so good to have something coming.
All right, guys, it's been great to chat, and the tour dates will be down there, as they say.
Yeah, link here.
Yeah, great to chat, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
mate.
Greg. Appreciate it.